We're continuing the conversation between Jesus and Nicodemus. This is verse 8 of John chapter 3. Jesus has just warned Nicodemus not to be surprised, not to be shocked, when he said to him that it's necessary for a man to be born again, or born from the top, or born anew. To which, of course, Nicodemus had responded with a somewhat incredulous reaction. How can a man who's old, who's set in his ways, whose habits are well formed, have this kind of renovation of life? And Jesus is giving him a further explanation now in this very remarkable and well-known verse that picks up from here. So we have verse 8, to pneuma, the Spirit. This word, of course, we have in English pneumatics, other words that have to do with wind. So it's the wind or Spirit. The word really has both meanings, can be translated either way, but commonly it's understood here that Jesus means the wind. The wind, hupo, where, adverb, indeclinable, the wind where, thele, it wishes. So he's personifying the wind a bit, giving it the idea of having desire. The wind where it wishes, peneo is the verb here. Third person singular, present active indicative, pene, to blow, so, or gusts is the idea. So the wind blows, gusts, where it wants, thele, I wish, so this is third person singular, to want. So the wind blows where it wants, kai, tain, phonein, and the voice, or the sound out to of it. The sound of this wind, the sound of this pneuma, akues, you, singular. From akuo, I hear, this is second person singular, you hear it. Al, strong conjunction, Allah, contracted here in front of a vowel, all but uk, oidos, again, oida is the word for to know, as in to know information, rather than to know something personally, which would be gnosko, but not oidos, second person singular, present active indicative, but you do not know, pothen, indeclinable adverb, from whence, erketai, the word for to come or to go, could be either one in this case, deponent verb, third person singular, present, so you do not know where it comes from, or whence it comes. Kai pu, again, where. Hupage, it goes away is the word. So it comes and it goes away. And these are both in the present, third person singular. So you hear the sound. You can hear it in the trees. You hear the evidence of the wind, but you don't see the wind. You don't see where it came from. You don't see where it's going. It has a kind of mysterious quality about it. And then Jesus, of course, draws this parallel. Hutos, thus, estin, third person singular, thus is, pas ho gegenemenos, I should say. Hence is everyone who is born. This is the participle, the being born, passive participle. Such is everyone who is born, ek to pneumatos. And of course there's an intentional play on words here. Pneuma up here and pneumatos down here are the same word. And so in this rather interesting pun, Jesus says the wind blows where it wants, it does what it wants, you don't see its origins, you don't see its destiny. It's exactly the same way with those who are born of the Spirit. In other words, the Spirit of God, in a sense, blows where it wants, and you can't tell who it's going to hit, who it's going to change. Nicodemus has voiced his surprise that a person in their old age could be fully renovated as if they were born again, thinking that it's not possible to even conceive of such a thing. But of course Jesus' point here is that this is not something of flesh. This is not a fleshly achievement. This is something that happens under the operations of a sovereign act of God. Just as the wind has a kind of sovereignty about it, going where it wants, doing what it wants, so is the case of the work of the Spirit. It does what it wants, it goes where it wants, and we don't have any particular control over it, or even really a distinct understanding of it.